This is Rose 777, and you're listening to FMX Radio. FMX Radio. FMX Radio.
Grand day, everyone. It's great to see you. Can I get a sound check 5x5 from the audience just to make sure everything's coming through loud and clear for you? But I hope your Friday is going fantastic. And of course, with a great week start, we have to have a great week in or week strong too. With me today, another special guest coming in from the back room himself, Mr. Chris Crumb. What's going on, my friend?
What's up? What's going on, FMX? Good to see ya. What's going down, man? It's good to see you, man. Started my day nice, man, with a text. And yeah, man, it's been fun. Just thinking about our conversation that we're gonna have here. Love talking about this stuff with like-minded people. And it's cool. Like I'm getting used to like having these kind of conversations with people. And just a few years back, I had such a longing to find people who would talk like this, and now it's becoming a norm, man. And so I appreciate you being one of them, and Tribune as well. And so, what up?
All right. I'm a little low right now, so
your mic is low.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Well, let me pull in troubling while I try to figure this out. Welcome, Skylar. We'll see, he keeps fixing himself. I don't know. It's okay. We're having a rocky start with my audio, but we'll figure it out.
What's going on, friends? Another exciting Friday. Super stoked about the conversation about the upcoming cinematic event.
Yes, the Flat Earth Cinematic Universe. How am I sounding now? It says it's okay 1 minute, and then it says it's funky the next. How am I sounding?
More or less the same.
The same with you? Oh, up a little bit. I got mine cranked up over here. I don't know what the hell just happened within the past few minutes. Mic check. How am I sounding? No, it's not set to my PC. Well, Chris, if you don't mind, will you fill in these mic or guess real quick what we were talking about earlier?
Sure.
I was going to do it, but I want to try to step in quick.
Yeah, man. So we were talking about just like kind of the next step. I think what it really comes down to is like there's like this mission in life to be authentic, and there's also a mission in life to be like optimistic or like high vibey. And being a truther is like the toughest to do both, like because you're kind of into like finding lies, finding deceptions, and then being like, all right, everything's cool, let's good times. It's just really hard to like take both of those and make lemonade. But I think it's kind of getting to a point in the where we're going, where just the doom and gloom of just realizing these truths, it's kind of getting stale. And I'm noticing more and more people who are, well, I guess maybe as more people like normies, quote unquote, or just the normalization of this awakening that, has been consistent for, I would say, about 2012-ish, really. Like it's so new that it's just kind of like this evolving thing here. And, we're getting a little restless. We're trying to find like wider ranges of where to kind of take the discussion, I think. And you're somebody that can recognize that in me, and I recognized it in you. And what, a few other people are doing. And that's really it. Like, there's nothing more than that. It's just, I think, like, truthers, like, it's very necessary if you're into this stuff to like get really good at knowing all the facts and stuff. But there's also like an element of like, show by example as well. Like the most best arguments for Christianity were done by people who were just awesome Christians and weren't talking to me about it. And so there's that element of that. So like I see FMX doing that. I see Melodome doing that. I see Tribune doing that here too. Like it just, you guys are kind of getting into like, hey, we're just like you. Let's talk, and it's cool. And I'm just seeing where that's going. And so that's kind of what our conversation was. What do you think?
How am I sound? Better now? Right? I don't know. I think it's working now. Mic check. All right. Yes, I'm back.
You sound great.
All right. I don't know what the hell happened. I just unplugged and plugged it back in. It seems to be the end all be all technology to the day that we expire and elevate from this realm. But what we were talking about before, I called Chris up today. I've been having great luck today getting all these fabulous, very high energy and positive guests on the show. Literally almost a day up for most part. Had it scheduled slightly in advance for Mark the other day, but it was the same week. A day later, but to keep that energy going and to keep my mind focused, because one thing I've been all about since I've been starting doing this is about mind control, or thought control, as it were, and are doing it for ourselves, being able to control our own mind, so that way nobody else can accidentally mind control us and we're unaware of it. So by focusing our own thoughts and our own desires each day and working at it, encouraging each other, connecting and attracting a like-minded group of people who are also on their healing journey to be better, to experience better, and to attract better and more elevated thoughts that would probably be harder to obtain if we were to stay stagnant and asking the same questions over and over again, and whatnot. So I was like, yo, I need your
Yeah.
input on this little internet movie thing I want to do, a little Truman-esque style, FE, subliminal movie, as it were, and where we kind of
Oh yeah.
to a way that, we could design it to where it's more familiar with our experience and what actually happened, as opposed to, something too extreme. Because it's got to stay within budget. Let's be real.
Oh shit! I thought you were talking about. We kind of like started the conversation with that, and then we went into that.
Yeah.
So the movie thing. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you did talk about that a little. So like you were. Do you have? I don't know where you're at on that. I haven't heard much about it. Like, is there?
Oh, all right. Well,
Where are you at?
let me give you a visual aid, if it were. I just earlier this week
Cool.
had the motivation to create like a concept trailer, using some online royalty free footage. And my quick goal for this is to obtain a decent camera in the really near future. And me and Mr. Schuyler here is going to meet up, and he's actually going to probably be playing the protagonist, considering we're real local to each other. It just makes sense. He's motivated like I am. We both cross promote each other already anyway. So it just kind of makes sense to, keep the business rolling and do something that's, I don't think it has really been done before, at least in our community. There's a lot of different flat earth symbolisms inside major AAA movies, facts. That's been done before, but nothing, I don't think, that's been done by an openly true earther, as it were, and to make it our own. No, jabs or pokes at us, or maybe we should make it a little bit balanced. I don't know. That's why I wanted to put this
You
out
should
there.
show the full real experience of Truman's journey, in discovering the truths that are out there, and that definitely comes with a little ridicule and ostracization.
Facts. So here, let me give you a little visual aid real quick. And most of my audience have already seen it. I played it earlier this week, but we'll just play it real quick for you and anybody else who hasn't seen it yet. Just a visual aid. It's nothing in here I'm about to show you going to end up on the cutting room floor by any means. It's just a concept trailer, and I'm just trying to take action, get this snowball rolling into something bigger and something a bit entertaining. Always all these great documentaries coming out, which documentaries are great, but there's really no, Marvel movie of FE that comes out from time to time, which I think might be just as exciting and, could have some different legs to reach a broader audience, one that wouldn't necessarily find their way over to our community and our awesome videos. So without further ado, here's the concept trailer for the Truman Show, I guess, miniseries.
We've become bored with watching actors give us phony emotions. We're tired of pyrotechnics and special effects. While the world he inhabits is, in some respects, counterfeit, there's nothing fake about Truman himself. No scripts, no cue cards. It isn't always Shakespeare, but it's genuine. It's a life.
I'm not gonna make it. You're gonna have to go on without me.
Let me ask you, why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world?
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
Accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that. The truth.
Oh, there you are. Troublin had to back out real quick. But that's an idea that I have, kind of make it a little bit more theatrical as opposed to informational. But, probably sprinkle a little bit of the...
I like where it's at. Now, have you been working on like specific like plots or script kind of stuff, characters?
Yes, slightly. Only really trying to make it again realistic as possible as far as budgeting goes and the time scale, because I want to get it done. I don't know, I'm motivated just to get it done, however long it takes, a few weeks, few months, whatever it is. I just want to do it. So really, the protagonist, the antagonist, which I kind of mentioned earlier today, would be like this almost Men in Black type of character, where instead of hauling the protagonist away to some creepy dungeon for finding out the truth of the realm and their possible place and humans' possible place in it, it's more of like a curiosity that the Men in Black antagonist finds in the protagonist and starts kind of helping him walk through the stuff he's trying to figure out, actually, and kind of almost guiding him in a way, because his whole ideology is that society's so far gone down a certain direction, only a very few people will be lucky enough to raise their frequency high enough to see things as they are instead of how they are instead of how they're supposed to be. So they would have some awesome dialogue.
So you're making the protagonist, he's awake, and by example, like he's enlightened, and the other dude's like, wow, what's his secret? And so like, you love this guy and he happens to be into flat earth. So like, you're showing a flat earther that's not a blithering idiot like most people who would see a movie would assume one is. Is that what you mean? Like making somebody who's awake?
Yeah, even beyond flat earth, like it'd be there for sure. It'd be like one of the big pieces of the pie that he gets to figure out during the episode, whether it be 1, 3, or whatever. But it would be beyond that. I don't want flat earth to be the end all be all big. Oh my God. I want it to be like, oh damn, that's pretty big. And then even bigger, like discover more. You have to kind of go within, blah, blah, blah. And, sprinkle in almost some light mysticism just to make it entertaining, more or less a sci-fi film.
Yeah. Well, movies are a good way to expand people's imagination, like far beyond documentaries, I think. Like imagine if like the reality was exactly like the Matrix, like, and only a few people actually knew that. do you think you're gonna get anywhere doing like years and years of like YouTube videos of like, hey guys, what's really going on is we're in this major. Like people would think you're insane, but you show like a really good movie with Keanu Reeves, and now so many people would be like, it could be this, just because they like the movie. But there's zero evidence of that. Yet flat Earth, there's tons of evidence, and it's so unbelievable. Yet like jumping out of like some weird like embryonic sac in some other like realm, and then there's like shit everywhere, and then you gotta unplug and you can learn kung fu in 1 second. Oh, but that's really believable now because they saw it in a movie when their minds were open. They were in it. They were allowing fiction, which is actually like way easier to let truth in when they're in that frequency. And if you could do a good story and you don't be too preachy and they don't get the vibe that you're trying to shove some uncomfortable truth down their throats and let them leave there thinking, hey, you know what? Whoops. If the Matrix is possible, if space in movies, all these possible things that are unprovable that Hollywood does, like, what's the difference? Like, people yeah, I think it's cool.
You're lagging just a little bit now.
I was about to say, is that just me or?
Oh yeah, you were lagging a little bit, Chris. We didn't hear what you the last parts you were saying. Uh-oh.
Frozen. There he is.
Oops, one of my streams is having.
It says on my end. Yeah, you're lagging.
Nope,
yeah, it's dropping. Your bars are dropping. No.
Well, I'll just while he's coming back in, I'll just add in that I completely agree with what Crumb is saying, in that Hollywood actually has a way of making sure that people's wall is nice and down before they lead the thinking and interject the message, right? And it's not always so blatant as like buy Coke, right? That's easy, that's blatant. People see that and like, oh, that's advertisement, right? That's not very effective. But what is effective is creating a storyline that leaves a couple different options, but then one seemingly really reasonable option as a solution to the story.
Agreed. You there, Crumb? Oh, if you have to back out and back in, Crumb, feel free, my friend.
But we can get 4K footage from Mars. That's right, Conspiracy Music Guru. And you're a bigot if you don't believe that.
Where's the proof? That would be really awesome if we could. I would love to make a video with some Mars footage. That would be pretty good. All right, let's see if it's working now. Can you hear us? Mic check, mic check. Now we can't hear you.
No sound.
Oh, no. This was happening before the show, but we thought we had it worked out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris's internet. Fix it for him. Fix it for him.
There it is. It's done. It's fixed. He just needs the sound now.
Yeah, we just need your sound now. We just need your sound. Big Pine says, turn it off harder. Oh, man.
Every time.
Yeah, we were just getting started. All right, he'll be back. We'll figure this out. These hiccups, these speed bumps happen. When I contacted Chris earlier this morning, man, we were oh, there he is. Okay, he's back already. Try again.
All right.
Come on. Oh.
All right.
We're good.
I hear you.
Okay?
I hear
you. I just reset the browser. I don't know. Oh, that was weird.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all right. I was just telling people how when I called you this morning, you were telling me that you were feeling a little in a funk lately. Oh, I guess it happens.
You don't know if he's just staring at you or not.
We're gonna figure this out. But he was telling me he's not impressed. Come on.
You good?
Yeah. We hear you.
Hello, are we good?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
The legendary Crumb.
So yeah, did any of that get through? I'm not quite sure.
The last part you
happened.
missed almost half of what you said.
Forgot what we were talking about.
Oh shit.
It's okay. We can start. We'll start from the
okay.
beginning of the day when I called you, and we'll just take it off of there because the conversation that started. That's how it started anyway.
Well. Oh, okay. Well, I remember I gave you like a little. I kind of told you like a similar idea. I want to like. I don't know if you wanted to hear that too, but like, it was kind of like a similar thing about just like dropping flat Earth.
Tell people.
You guys want to hear
know.
it?
They want to know.
Like dropping it as in like breaking up with it. Like we're not going to do it anymore. Or what do you mean by drop? Like
what
dropping it as in plugging it.
Oh, I mean, just like coming up with an idea that might be a second idea or something. I don't know. I didn't know if you guys wanted to collaborate on it or just kind of brainstorm on. I'm actually not quite sure what we are brainstorming right now, to be honest. Are we just kind of talking like concepts of entertainment and truth in not like fiction is what you're saying, and truth bomb, right?
Yes, correct.
Is that basically okay? So I had this idea like a few months ago that like what if there was a movie where like way in the future the government put up like something that looked like a planet, like a man-made planet or something, and it was a prison, like Australia was back in the day. Like this is where everybody bad goes, to this planet up there, and there it is. And that's what happens when you commit a crime. And then so it shows like a main character and they get in trouble and then they have to go on the spaceship and then they fly off to the ocean and then, and they have to go to space and then they go to this planet and it's just this giant, basically, bullshit planet that sucks, as they say. And, there's no reason to escape because you're on a planet. And it's basically just a story where they're there. But this guy tries to escape and he realizes it's not a planet at all. It's actually still Earth on the flat Earth. And it was just made up. It was like just like an island. And they just virtually reality, or something, like simulated their journey there into space. But in reality, it was just to make the illusion of the prisoners to not want to escape and just stay on this island and not look, and not really bring up flat Earth, but just bring up like the possibility, if like it works for them, if they can make a planet that's like the idea of a planet, but it's really flat to keep the prisoners in. I think it would hint. And people would be like, well, maybe that's what's going on here. And then you don't even have to say flat Earth. They would just be like, what about that? And the best movies, in my opinion, allow, give enough credit to the watcher. Give them enough, people really feel good when they figure out, the hard stuff or they get in the deep stuff and allow their mind to kind of figure it out on their own. And stuff like that, where it's not so much it's flat, here it is, that's the conclusion. It's like, if they can do that, then they can do this, and then it just kind of makes it more of like a think tank kind of a thing. Anyways, so like what you're saying, Truman Show is my favorite movie of all time. I've been obsessed with it since the first time I saw it, and now I know why. But I wasn't a flat earther then. It's just, it made me think about, if that, then maybe that's real. It was the perfect blend of of fiction and enough for my imagination to think like, well, I can't disprove that this isn't possible. It makes me think about it. And I think like the Truman Show like might be why I'm a flat earther. Like me just marinating on that concept for like for like 15 years before I became a flat earther, or like 20 years, like just got me to allow myself to see it. So, things like that, good seeds.
Before we keep going too much further into the movie direction, which I'm definitely all on board for, obviously, you were telling me right when we spoke this morning that you've been in kind of a funk lately. And
yeah.
And I just want to get up, 'cause you're not the only one, my friend. You are not the only one, not by far. What I've been noticing, most people are quietly suffering to themselves, and they feel like they hinder people or bother them when they express themselves, or they try to look for a friendly voice or face just to speak to vent. And that's what I'm kind of doing this for. I'm one of those people who goes through human experiences and therefore it's not always on the up and up, and the parts that aren't on the up and up that we all experience aren't really spoken of very much, and they're usually suppressed, and we try to look on the brighter side of things, and we do, and then we go ahead and keep ourselves busy furthering the suppressing those things, never really letting it come out because you feel like you have no one to talk to. And a lot of the different places you can go, you'll find different other energies, hostile energies, who are also having a bad day, and then they start projecting their issues onto other people, usually online. And then even if it's not intended to, miscommunications and feelings get hurt, and then you're stuck in this funk from day to day, not even realizing it, that there's something there that you just been addressed, or you haven't been able to express yourself. And in doing this show and trying to give people some type of entertainment outlet that's not the same old, that's what this is about. That's what FMX Radio and the Melodome was pretty much about expressing yourself, being somewhere that's more or less around people that you vibe with and whatnot. I'm not most entertaining creator out there. I'm brand new at this, but with all this energies fluctuating around, I just want to put that out there, that you're not alone. You're worthy, and you're awesome, and you're special. I mean, as far as special goes, however you want to deem it, but I mean, what else do you call it when you are vibrating or open-minded enough to accept certain new possibilities that you go and entertain yourself through practice, experimentation, through a thought experiment yourself, and seeing what really settles. So congratulations, everybody. You did it. You're alive, and you made it here another week, and you're doing great. Keep up the great work, everyone. I just wanted to say that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right when you say everyone. And I feel like with this tribe especially, like the ebbs and flows, it's like a wave that we're all kind of riding. My whole life I felt like I was always kind of on the opposite waves as most people. And it wasn't until I started gravitating towards more like, the truther community, when I'm like, when I'm low, I notice other people are kind of too. Like it's this weird kind of, thing going on. I just kind of, my funk has kind of just been, maybe it's because I just turned 40. Astrologically, this is where you're like where Neptune was when I was born is square where Neptune is now, and so a lot of the beloved delusions that kind of keep you motivated, they start going away, and you start seeing things for a little bit more clearer. Like, and that's actually not bad for like I feel like I've been like getting rid of delusions like forever. It's kind of my jam. It's that's like my hobby. But the ones that I don't know. I feel like I feel like I know we're like in a slave class system, and I've been preaching that, and it's just like we're all debt slaves. But like recently, I've just been like, fuck, we really are. Like everyone's just really trying to do stuff just so they don't like get like just like have to like get kicked out of their apartment. Like the amount of shit and we have to do and work and worry about just to like exist is like fucking exhausting. and we're constantly like the whip just is just cracking a lot, and we're also used to it, and it just seems so weird to me because I don't know.
What's interesting?
I don't know. It just kind of hit me.
One of the things that I found interesting when I looked a little bit into it was that the if you believe in the mainstream narrative, then back in the medieval times, the peasant was working about 20 hours a week. Like that was a hard, laborious work week for the bottom class of like I don't know how many generations it would be ago, but for the medieval times. So now we're like have all this advanced technology. We have supposedly this higher standard, higher level of living for quality. And yet we're having to work 40, 50. Some people I know actually work 80 hours a week just trying to get something off the ground. It's absolutely astounding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's becoming the norm, and like the more they print the money, the more like labor turns into value. If you want a cup of coffee, you can translate that to how much energy you put into work. And it's just consistently, it's like, the amount of energy you had to do for a cup of coffee back then. Not like so much like the cost, but just the actual amount of energy you must give off for the same values. Like that's going away. So it's like being on a treadmill. They're adding an extra minute. You want to 20 minutes on a treadmill. And then every year, it's like, well, now it's 21 minutes. So it's like another minute of, and it doesn't seem, and it's sad to me that most people like just think that's all there is because it's a spinning ball in space. And all this goes away if we all just look up and realize like we're just in this dome. And like,
I think one of the biggest lessons we're supposed to learn here, at least maybe at this time for a lot of us, at least for me, I feel like it's not going to get better, even if everybody turned up and seen the sky for what it is and came to their own realization down their own path to our realization. I don't think that necessarily means what we hope it would mean. And then a lot of it has to do with their vibration and their state of mind. What I notice here in this part of the internet of our community, we don't mind shifting our beliefs and our perspective to look at things at a different angle, allowing us to kind of see things seemingly a little bit clearer, more clear than you would if you didn't do it. So there's a lot of, it's almost necessary because if you look at it not necessary, I don't want to, that's a bad word, but it almost is because the Illuminati believe order out of chaos. Oh, are you breaking up? Can you hear me?
I hear you good.
Okay. Order out of chaos, which that seems to be exactly what we're experiencing right now, is the whole realm in utter chaos on different degrees and different levels, no matter where you're at. So with their methodology, ideology is that they make things so insane here that it forces us to adapt or evolve to a different state of being. And I don't know if it's going to be ultimately good or bad thing, maybe a bit of both, because I'm sure they're doing it for somehow they think their benefit. But in trying to over-influence God's great creation, I don't think ever goes according to their plan, even though they try to convince others it is. I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think so either.
They
but
show
I think it's just the debt-based system is like, I don't know, it's been getting to me. It just sucks. It seems so stupid. Like that we're all just, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of our motives is just so fueled by like we have to for money. Like I don't think people would do all these things if it was genuine. I think like 90% of all these ideas and things and like products and stuff are just so, it just seems so obviously desperate ideas because in a society where you have to, like, and I don't know, it's just so weird.
Well, I mean,
And
this was very much planned. These people, these orchestrators, these designers, think in increments of generations at a time.
yeah,
The
true.
individual is not part of the consideration when they're designing the new world, and it unfortunately just wasn't. That's why it's so scary for the ones that's not part of the club, because we're the uncertainty of us being the ones having to pay for things, even take a bullet for these assholes, is a possibility. But what if it's something as simple as changing the way we perceive a reality that could shift us out of it, or not necessarily out of it, but shift the whole thing in our favor? Could that seem like?
Would you trade? Would you trade right now to be one of those people? What if like you were somebody in the Illuminati, one of the elites, and you have this burden because you're born into it, and that you have to be somebody that controls all the masses and lies, and you're stuck doing that because your family has always done that? Like, wouldn't that be way worse of a life? Like the best life, if I was going to choose them, it would be exactly where we are. Everyone else has it worse. We just kind of play the victim role because we are kind of victims. But in reality, like at least we have the freedom of our minds to go where it needs to go without the pressure of like these elitists are so powerful. You can't like say, no, daddy, I don't want to be a part of the league. Like, you're doing it, and so it's not bad. That's my positive spin on it is, it's kind of like when like men bitch about women or women bitch about men, and then you ask them, well, if you could snap your fingers and be a woman or a man, like, would you? And like, for the most, I mean, I know it's modern now, but for the most part, it's like, no, I like being a dude. It's like, well, then what are you complaining about? Like, you know what I mean? If I could slip my fingers and be like, well, then now I'm an elite Illuminati in the club and have a bunch of money. Would you want that? I would say no. And then it's like, well, why am I bitching? Like, maybe I do have it better than them. I like who I am, I guess.
Well, if we live in a fractal infinite universe, and if the cosmic egg story is anything validity to it, if it has any realism at all, you've already lived those lives. Those exactly all have. That we experience everything through all means of experience. So you'll be the victim, and one day, one lifetime, you'll be the actual murderer or protagonist of whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're sometimes you're the guy watching the event happen from TV. It's the cosmic egg story is real.
That's true. It's not black and white. We're all way more complex than that. That's very true.
What do you think, Skylar?
I can't hear him.
Oh, you're muted.
I was just thinking about how scientists are now starting to say, are now starting to say retrocausality might be a thing, meaning the future has already happened and these events are like already preordained in a way, which I think is like, it's also super interesting. I don't know how true that is, how much validity we can put behind it. But
how could you prove that, though?
Exactly.
It's like they give you these ideas that are impossible to prove, that are great, especially when you're on mushrooms, and everybody walks around like, yeah, it's that. And it's like, but where's the evidence? Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's not.
Think about it, like, it's so obvious, right? The future always happens. And it always happens the way that it's supposed to.
Exactly. Like Carl Sagan can say that, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm on board."
Like that? You know what isn't like that, Chris?
What's that?
It doesn't. You have choices. It could be anything.
The present?
Yeah, the present could be anything. You could do anything in this moment, but the future's locked.
As well as the past.
No.
What did that turtle say from Kung Fu Panda?
I don't know what the turtle said.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he was like, yesterday is history, and tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
FMX, just to let you know, man, the past actually is not set because it's in the minds of people. So it's like a storybook. People are like rewriting it based on their perspective constantly.
You can then that applies to forward too. Then
no, it doesn't.
Why wouldn't it? If it's in the minds of people, why wouldn't the future be in the minds of people?
Hold on. Here's why, right? Because the future. Okay, so yes, I guess the past like literally happened, right? But the people remembering the past are asserting that the past was this when they don't really remember it perfectly. There's actually real studies out that our memory is garbage when it cut. Like the further away things get, the more we replace actual things with things that we thought happened. And so it literally becomes a more fiction and less factual.
See, I was down with that until someone tried to convince me of things that I was there that happened that didn't happen. Because I'm, I vibe with certain things of the whole Mandela effect thing, because there's things that argument has that you're not going to tell me that me and millions of other people are just convinced we were wrong. I'm sorry. Our memories, you can talk crap about them all you want. We can't recreate a brain. We can't do it. Never going to be able to do it. We can't even understand how most of our brain even works, let alone our DNA. So I think they're full of shit. Yes, are there terrible memories out there? Absolutely. No doubt about it. Are we all that retarded? No, absolutely not.
So you think that there are people out there with perfect memory? Or do you think that given enough
time? I believe there in the 8 billion of us in this realm, there's probably a few masters of the mind. Yes, at least a couple of us out there. And would anybody be vibrating enough to understand their teachings? Probably not. Not over here in the West anyway. But yeah, I believe there's people out there with impeccable memory.
Well, I think that it's not the case, and that's why we pass down things orally and write things down.
Again, not everybody. It's a skill, though. It's a skill that's not taught like that. Like observing. Observing is a skill. To be aware of your surroundings is something that you build upon over time. Very few people are naturally born with the ability to see perfectly, or as close to perfect as possible, to be totally aware of your surroundings. But they're out there. I mean, logistics alone suggest that they're out there. They have to be. It's just by
if we can have a Mozart for music, then there's got to be an equivalent for pretty much anything.
Exactly.
If somebody's like what that guy did. I mean, he was just a silly dude. Like he just was able to just compose that shit in his head and pretty much look explore chromaticism, which blew their minds back then, like playing every note, and it just made it work. And he was just a silly dude who did fart jokes and shit. I think so it's like a 4-burner thing, Someone's going to be really good at memory, but they're going to suck at everything else. If they're really on that spectrum. And I think that's how it's how a lot of people in history was. Like maybe if Jesus existed or any of these other people, they were like the Mozart equivalent of spirituality or something. And there's 8 billion of us. Of course we're going to have a few that can just have all the burners on one right. Yeah, one side.
That exists. He was on America. It was one of those American top, talent shows or whatever. He can spell out words that I can't pronounce. There's a guy who's not even a mathematician. He's a writing teacher, but he's called the human calculator. He can do equations in it faster than you can do it on a computer. I'm telling you, bro. And those are the people we know about. Those are the ones we know about. The greatest ones, if they're left alive, we don't know about them.
The greatest ones want nothing to do with the limelight. They just enjoy their gift all to themselves. I think.
That's true.
But you're right, though. As far as the general senses go, yes. Most of us have terrible memory because we eat terrible food, and they have unhealed traumas. And all these things that you go through in your life affect your biomechanical structure and how well it's going to react and respond efficiently. And I bet few humans that I would consider people who are 100% healed, 100% awake, and 100% physically healthy after, pass down credible information.
I was wondering who that was.
Yeah, that's me. My Gardner's just decided to show up. That's awesome.
I think it's
sorry about that.
To derail us so much. I was being pretty facetious, actually, trying to argue retro causality just to see if I could do it. But
good try.
Hold on, but actually, I think I did a fairly decent job. It hasn't really been refuted, right? You can say the future exists in the minds of people, but it doesn't, right? It's just your prediction exists, right? The future is just what happens,
but
right?
that's the same with the past too, though. I'm sorry, but it's the same with the no. Listen to me. Right now, the present is always that always is. Every second later is something that is your concept of what happened, and it's going to be it's going to differentiate from the next person, even the people who live in your house. That's just the way it is. You got to apply that both ways, man. Because your example, what happened, especially if you believe what you said about people having crappy memories. How fast are you? Do you remember what you ate last Thursday for dinner, or how much gas you put in your car 2 months ago? Yeah, those type of things. We know the brain stores them, but we haven't been trained how to deep in our subconscious and pull out those.
Is there
things.
A difference between remembering and predicting?
I think no, they could be considered the same. I could argue that they're almost one and the same.
I disagree. I think, and that's the difference too. I think that you can predict the future, but that's not actually the future. The future is what actually happens. You can remember the past, which is you recalling events that have actually happened, right? That's not, again, basically what I'm getting down to is that no matter how you break it down, the events of the past always lead up to the events of the future and vice versa. So you could actually argue it. You could actually make an argument either way that would be evidence in itself. But no matter how you argue it, it would also be reification. So I guess you can't really argue it.
Well, yeah, it's like the simulation theory. Like it's impossible to prove, but it seems like very likely. Yeah, it's possible.
At least. Yeah.
And this is all. We don't know. I mean, I wish there was a test. I'd be like, this is one possible reality, and this is another one. And let's try to trick the time continuum. And there's nothing we can really do.
But
the
next reality.
I think these conversations, just being aware of it, outwardly talking about it, is kind of telling the universe, like, hey, we're ready for the next level in a way. That they're to the point to where they're even questioning their most comfortable ideology, which is that they live in a flat world. But like, that's all well and great, but what's it consist of? How is this realm, this flatness created? What is holding it together? What is the hidden? What is the ether exactly? We have terms and ideas for a lot of these things, but they're just that. You can't actually touch them, taste them, or anything. So at the end of the day, it still could be us co-creating reality on such a major but yet minuscule level, where just our consciousness and our ability to ask these wider questions attracts different ideas. Yeah, sorry for your gardener. That sucks.
I know. It's been. I know. I've just one after another here. I know. I just turned my noise gate up, but it might be tough to hear me. Okay. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like we're like all these things that you're thinking about right now are just kind of like what happened. God, this gardener's loud. Oh my God.
Noise gate is helping though.
Okay, is this okay? I'll get close and noise gate the shit out of this. All right. So, so yeah, I've just been like, gotta be more, do all this, and also like, with the truth community as well. Like, I think I think we've finally like, I don't know. I don't care anymore about waking people up, and I've just been this like kind of like kind of a thing, and I don't know what to do. It's strange because, I don't know, like COVID kind of made me feel like this hyper need to like make content and help people wake up. And now like it's different. And I don't want to like force the same thing, but like, it's hard to motivate me when I'm like, I don't know, this is worth my time. And I just love seeing where a lot of it's going, but I know I just can't complain about like vaccine deaths or oops. I mean, YouTube, love you. I don't know. It's just by now we all like we either see it or we don't, and it's just strange. Like I've just learned so much about like how people are, over the last 3 years, and I don't know. That's a lot of ADD thoughts. I think that's kind of why I've been taking this sabbatical, because I've just been kind of waiting for like a new kind of paradigm to kind of see where I get excited again. Because I don't know.
Don't worry, brother. It's okay. All of our cups get emptied at times, and then you kind of have to pull it back off the table and let it get refilled over time. It happens to the best of us. That's part of this energetic structure that we're in. You're on the high sometimes, you're on the lows in the other, and then you come in between that arc. You just kind of feel numb on things. So it's okay to back out and focus on yourself, refill that energetic cup, so that way you can keep pouring it up.
Yeah,
That's all it is, man.
Maybe sports, man. We could bring some sports back.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Not a big sports you are,
yeah.
So I definitely have it on here just for shits and giggles. We can see what all the funny $1 million sports babies and what they're doing with, and be fun to, I don't know, just to mix it up a little bit.
Dude, I'm down. I miss doing that stuff. That's just goofy shit. I miss that.
Something to do, man. Something to motivate you. Something to focus your thoughts on. It's all about rewiring our brain for positivity and giving us something to do. You don't want your hands idle. And idle hands means an idle mind. Then it wanders, and it then always gets attracted to things it doesn't need to be attracted to.
If you go to a dark place, you go to a dark place, especially as men, not to do that whole thing, but like men are wired to like, we need a project, we got, and it's hard, and like I'm very not a systemite, so I'm very independent and very rebellious, so like I have to like come up with all that motivation myself, and when it kind of runs out, it's like but I mean, there's tons of things. That's what music always was for me too. And but if you have the ability, anybody watching, if you can just, I'm not saying your TV so much, but if you can go a couple of weeks, 2 weeks, no computer, no phone, just do it. Just do it. And tell anybody, if you can, like, you get into this hypnotic kind of thing where I know I did it when I just picked up my computer again. I just get back in the zone of looking at things as time goes by, and for like a brief second, I felt like the same mindset I was in before, like really the internet. Like it reminded me, it was like the pace of my brain was I don't know. It was how it was before. And it was when there was a time when everybody was at that pace, and nobody is now, because everyone's addicted to technology so much that that's not even addressed. I mean, as a kid, it was like, if you watch more than 4 hours a day of TV, you're going to have all these problems. And now it's like, fuck, if I can just do 4 hours a day, that's a good thing. Most people are like, only 4 hours. Yes. Look at your screen time on your phone. It's like, it's embarrassing when we see how many hours we've spent on this thing. It's like, holy shit.
When you
and we get into these. Yeah, go ahead.
When you look at it, it's like 4 hours is pretty much all people have left in the day if you're doing a regular work week. So it's like, okay, I'm going to spend my time working. I'm going to spend what little time I have left that I could do anything meaningful, melting my brain with this news broadcast or this drama entertainment, this comedian telling fart jokes or vagina jokes on the gender.
Distractions, right?
and then I can go to bed and just hope that I die in my sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
What else is left?
Yeah. We are there's also so many sweet distractions now, and I've gotten used to that. Like, it's like going. Fucking Garner.
Hey, we'll let the Garner run by.
No, but like,
we'll take a break.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me go ahead. Shout out the chat. For an hour, I'm going to say hello to everybody. Thanks for being here. JJ, the gift giver, as usual, my number one, hanging out in the chat room, supporting me. Appreciate you. Shout out you. Shifty Eyes Shady, good to see you. Big Pine Sailing, holding it down. Good to see you, brother. Mr. Good Lord Racer himself, sir. Good to see you. Many blessings upon your houses, everybody. Mellow Manda, good to see you, sister, as always. Who else we got out here? Let me go over to Rock Fan. I got to shout out my Rock Fan crew, too. Miss Carla, love you, girl. Good to see you, sister. Shout out to all my Rockfin family over there holding me down, supporting the Rockfin side of things. Definitely going to be doing some music a little bit later today or tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I got my princess with me this weekend, and we're going to do some hanging out and some movie watching. And I got to get some editing done, too. And when we come back from break, I'm going to need you to give me a little sound bite so I can make a commercial with Mr. Crumb hanging out here with us today on FMX Radio. Oh, I missed a few people. Alex, Michael, good to see you. Conspiracy music guru, the legend himself. Damn, I want to destroy this name. What's his name? PA? I can't even say this. Pass through, right? Yeah, passing through. I'm about to tear it up. Good to see you, Tapered Body. Today is a new day to start again. Hey, that's a great name, and that's a great mantra. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. What am I missing? Let me scroll up there. Nemo, if you're still here, good to see you, man. I need to start doing this as we start. I'm sorry. I need to start writing this down. Be more professional. Do it more like my man Austin from the Mellow Dome. He's so professional. Good, like first 10, 15 minutes. He shouts everybody else. He does the business model. I need to do better. Good, but I'm trying. Angela Baby Carson, good to see you, mama. Always good to see you in the chat room, sister. Everywhere we go, you there. Said Nemo's Stetches. But yeah, and anybody else who's not in the comment section, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Friday and drive safe on your way home, or hope you're having a good lunch if you're over there on the West Coast where Mr. Chris is. And Green Chili Bear, of course. One love. And yes, let us refill our cuppeth of water or whatever you're drinking on so we can keep going. Oh, Wes. Sorry, brother. I almost missed you. I just seen you pop up with the glasses. Yes. Good to see you, sir. Fist bump and all that fun stuff. And we'll be back right after this with some more FE movie talk with Chris Crumb and Skylar from Troubling Tribune. Happy Friday, y'all. Thanks for being here.
I am not Morgan Freeman. What you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I'm not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality?
That is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We have to go from ready to start. 2, 1, 0. Booster ignition and liftoff of Shuttle Endeavour with NASA's final space station crew compartment that brings a bay window view to our celestial backyard.
Houston, Endeavour, roll program. Roger, roll Endeavour.
This is Mission Control Houston. Endeavour's roll maneuver is complete. Heads down position on track for its flight to the International Space Station.
32 seconds into the flight. 3 liquid fuel main engines soon will throttle back to 72% of rated performance down in the bucket, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes transonic.
Shout out to Flatman X from FMX Radio. Hey, Karen, being the current queen of Flat Earth, it must be hard to find Flat Earth friends. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary horizontal level plane?
Why, yes, that would be the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. 100,000 active users. Don't forget to fill out your profile so others can know your interests and network better with you. Share the app everywhere with your custom referral code. Easily organize meetups by messaging all the blue dots within your selected radius. Turn on notifications so you can be alerted every time a new Flat Earther joins the app. The Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app, connecting people all across the planet.
Shout out to FMX Radio.
We're back. FMX Radio Friday. How's it feel, y'all? Did it. Congratulations. Another wonderful week. We're here talking about some FE concept movie ideas with my homies, Chris Crumb and Skylar from Trebling Tribune. And let us know if you got any great plans for the weekend, any great aspirations, because you know your boy loves to hear all the good news. I want to hear all the fantastic news. Anybody having some great FE babies or some truther babies? Whatever. Good news is great news. It's never enough of it as far as I'm concerned. And this is definitely the place to share that. Let me bring back in my homies from the back. Yes, sir. Great.
Are we back? I gotta be honest. I might have to leave. I might have to go because those were the gardeners, the same ones. They were next door. Now they're like right there. Like it's gonna be like I'm gonna have to be on mute for like half hour or so. It's about to get really loud, and they come. I don't know why they chose this time. There's not much I can do about it. Is there any way I can come back in like a half hour or so?
Absolutely, my friend. And even if we can't get you today, bro, you can. I'm telling you, you're welcome to come back here every freaking day if you want to.
Oh, cool. No, I hate to do that. They're about to do the back. It's like I'm in a garage. I did a terrible job doing the soundproof, and they're about to be really loud. And there's not much I can do about it.
No worries. Again, we can even we've been going for an hour. We can cut it short now if you need to, and then we can pick up the conversation either later tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, do a part 2 sometime soon. Yeah,
yeah, we were
that'd be cool.
We were just really starting off, and we had issues with the audio in the early beginning, and then of course the lawn people want to show up. But these things happen. This is real life, people. You're watching it happen live here on FMX Radio.
It's real shit. I know, man. It's whatever can happen, it does. So yeah, where's the future? Was that in the cards? Like, what the hell? Or like, is that all predetermined? I don't know. I didn't plan on them coming here. So
no, I mean, hell, I didn't wake up planning what the show was going to be today about. If I was going to be able to even I have so many things on my plate. But when I got a hold of you, we had such a great, energetic conversation this morning. Then I reached out to Skylar and told him about it. He was like, hell yeah, I want to come on and talk about it too. But again, this is an ongoing project that we're discussing here. And so it's not like it's going to be all flat ironed out in one conversation anyway. And it's just we wanted to all the audience down here to let y'all know what was going on as well too. So that's all this really was a continuation of that phone call from earlier, and to bring in my friends from online so they can kind of be aware and show a little trend.
Yeah,
going on behind the scenes.
I want to talk more about movie stuff. I could do this shit forever. I got ideas. I like where your head's at. I respect everything you're doing. So let's marinate and let's link back like next week or shit for a little bit. I would love to. Same thing you do, Skylar. Like, I like where you guys' heads at, and I think some ideas like this really just floating around the ether is helpful and helps me get out of my funk too. So I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And don't worry, we will balance out the vitriol with the True Earth debates tonight in TikTok. Who knows what kind of audience we're going to get. Sometimes we get really good Globers. We had a physicist on the other week, Jorge Physics on TikTok, who made some pretty astounding concessions. But then we also have the normal riffraff trolls. What can you do, right? Except for cycle through them quickly and make an example for the audience, right? But it should be a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Very cool. All right,
Hey,
brothers.
wait,
I'm gonna take off. I gotta let this guy go.
Before you go,
Oh, yeah.
give me this is
What's
Chris
up?
Crumb from Don't Follow Crumb.
Don't follow Crumb. Yeah, go check out my channel. Promote. I'll be streaming soon again. I promise. But yeah, check out my channel. Don't follow Crumb on Rockfin and YouTube's. Yeah, I appreciate it if you do.
And give me a promo so I could use your voice in a commercial.
Oh yeah, what do you want me to do again? Thanks for listening to Flatman X. This is FMX Radio. I'm Christopher Crumb. What else you want me to
good.
do?
I think you need to put it in a different order though.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm Christopher Crumb, and you're listening to FMX Radio.
I like it. I can use it.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. We'll let you go, brother. And I'll be
Hey, much love both of you guys. Much love everybody in the chat. Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you guys soon.
See you, brother.
Much love.
All right, later.
All right, that was Chris Crumb, ladies and gentlemen. He's always a ball full of energy, and don't worry. I know we didn't really get as deep as I was hoping to because, unexpected interruptions. But we roll with the punches, right, Troubling?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was reading Big Pine Sailing thing. I don't need a Glober. I don't need to Google my dad. It was a great Glober on the Trim Show. That was super funny. I don't need to Google my dad. Absolutely.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up my Etsy store for somebody. I think John or somebody was asking for it. Where's my store?
That's right, folks. It's that time in the show where we all shamelessly plug. Thank you for being here and being a part.
Yeah, for real. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, this is my store, my Etsy store. True Earth, TRUERTH. Try to be a little artsy, a little bit different. So I spelled it differently. And there's already True Earth out there. Of course, there is. It's a popular name, but they're like homeopathic remedies or something like that. They seem pretty cool. It's run by this lady. She has an Etsy store too. That's just spelled out all the way True Earth. So if you see a whole bunch of medicines and oils and stuff, that's not mine. Mine's True Earth, TRUERTH over here up top. And then you'll see all my shirt designs and slippers and towels. And I even got a Melodome towel I made for Austin if you wanted to get. West has this one right here, which I think I could show off over here actually. Where is it? Boom. It's my man West. Shout out to West FE, the very first purchaser of my store. He even beat me to it, but mine came in a little bit earlier and it's fresh. I need another one, Wes. If you're out there listening, take another one for me, bud. Like further back so I can get the whole upper body and show it off. And a picture of the backside if you want. Show off that bum to everybody, man. Show everybody the backside of that shirt. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. It all designed by me and whatnot. So if that means anything to you, I like them. I'm gonna order myself a polo. I'm still waiting on certain samples of other shirts to come in and other materials. But so far, everybody seems to be really pleased. I've been extremely happy. It's the best quality shirt that I ever designed and whatnot. That's why they're a little bit more than $30 compared to other people's stuff. But I tell you, the quality, impeccable. I like it. And if you can't get one, it's fine. I mean, it's just out there. If you do want to get one, and if you don't, it's fine. It's no hurt feelings. It's all good. I just wanted to do something different, and I was in a really creative zone, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the thing. But go ahead, promote yourself, my friend. Let everybody know what's going down tonight.
Oh snap! I thought I did already, but it's all good.
Do it
True
again.
Earth
Do it again.
Base TikTok, right? We're going to be searching for Intelligent Life. You're not going to want to miss it. We are probably starting at 10, but I might start a little early. I don't know just yet. So just stay tuned. Make a post here within the next few hours. Other than that, we got Sunday, the early light. Are we doing that?
But I haven't heard otherwise, so I believe so. I believe until I hear otherwise to be going on. If I have to host it myself and drag Austin in there, we're gonna
There
do
you
it.
go. Hello
We got-
Dome, where the best souls roam. You can catch us Sunday morning with the
Hello,
early light
Dome.
show, and then we have the Tribune show Sunday night. So lots of stuff to catch, lots of real estate. Enjoy it, folks. We certainly have a lot of fun doing it, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you all tonight.
Yeah, I'll be there. That's for sure. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna have some dinner with my daughter, and clean up the house a bit. Try to be a little responsible because I've been pretty committed. I made it this whole week. We streamed every day, everybody, and you've been hanging out with me. Oh, shout out to Brian. I just seen him comment down there. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing great. Matter of fact, let me shout out everybody one more time. In the near future, probably this weekend, everybody's names that's in here right now, and I mean, pretty much if you're a member, even if JJ bought your membership, I'm gonna put you in the credits. So I'm gonna put the credits together. I know you said you needed one too, Troubling. So I'll put that on the docket as well. And
once you're a member and you're on the credits, right? Even if you didn't purchase your own membership, it's like now you're invested. So you got to stay a member, right? And that's the only way to get the consecutive.
to heaven.
I've been a member for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. There's special badges, right? You got to make sure that you get
special
those
badges, special massages. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You never know. You never know. You don't want to find out until you hit that 6 month mark, and then you get the full body massage from Troubling himself. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be epic.
I didn't offer that.
I mean, it's in the fine print. It's in the fine print right there, Troubling. I mean, you signed it. It's too late now.
I don't think I signed that.
Membership. Oh, I'm pretty sure you did. Pretty sure you did. We're all looking forward to these.
It's like all the members of the Mellow Dome sign this crazy agreement.
Yeah, it was a verbal agreement. So yeah, and you were asleep when we took your hair and put it in the circle with the whatever you put in there. No, chickens and stuff and eggs and crack eggs, your hair, and that's going to do something. But yeah, that's where we'll be at. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And let me say hi again. Angela Baby. Oh, let me start from the bottom. Brian Stavely, good to see you. You guys rubbing dudes down for subs. Hey, Brian, whatever you're into, man. We it's hard out here in these streets. It's hard out here in these streets, as they say.
What good is it if a man acquires the whole world but forfeits his own soul?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's good I mean, you have these hands for a reason, right? I mean, he's got hands. That's what God gives them to you for. Shout out to Brianna. Look out for a message from me, Miss Brianna. Well, I'm going to have you on to talk about the Veda lady and the water. I want to know more about that, and you seem to be highly educated and whatnot. That's great. That's great to hear. I want to hear Troubling thoughts on it too, and do some like dream catching with the cups of water and freezing it. That's insane.
Oh, yeah, we're doing that. That's happening. But I'm going to add something. I think a layer of the experiment should be the filtration of the water, right? Like, does it work differently with polluted water versus purified water? Does it work better with purified water? Or do you need the organic material to kind of
pick up on the dream waves?
Yeah, like what if water's like us, right? Like us without minerals, not very healthy. Water without minerals, maybe it doesn't do the job as well. I don't know. I'd like to test it.
And what happens if you have a perverted spirit around you while you're dreaming? Are they going to mess it up? I hate when those come in.
And you got some challenges ahead of you.
No, I'm good. I burn sage. Ever since I have, but keep them things away. Ugh, give me the heebie-jeebies. Spirits, man. Gotta hate them. Well, you love them, right? You love spirits. You like being
love them, right? Why is it? It's like you either hate them or you love them, right?
There's no middle. It's black and white.
Nah, that's BS. I think that they're there, right? It's like there's tons of stuff out there that I don't love or hate, right? That just exists, right? So spirits would be one of those. They just exist, but I think that they can potentially teach us a lot, right? So whether that be truthful information or not would be the debate, right? Like, are we dealing with multiple different spirits, or are we dealing with like one nasty, evil trickster spirit that's like trying to trick us all into thinking that it's like we're talking to our dead relatives and stuff? I don't know. I don't know how we would know, but I think that there's some craziness when you get into the disembodied beings. There's definitely something to it.
I hope it's all just a mental projection of our fears at the end of the day, and it's not these lingering souls that are here just to mess with people or to ask for help or whatever it is. Go away.
So you don't think that? So you don't want like any limbo time? Like it's just straight to death, straight into the next phase of the simulation or
I want to go to level 10. That's right. I'm not trying to see the loading screen. No, I want to go to the next level.
What if level 10 is you being a spirit?
God damn it. Oh, you know, every game has a level that you hate. You hate to do. You're like, fine. Just
so funny, dude.
This thing.
Just like,
I need to do.
It's like, how could you hate the spirits when it's like you're probably gonna be a spirit one day?
Oh, we're already a spirit and we don't even realize it. I've been dead this whole time.
Oh God, Sixth Sense crap.
Yeah. We wake up. I'm like, all right, you ready to start life? What? Yeah, you were in the loading lobby that whole time.
I remember the meme from Melodome when it's like when you wake up and the overlords ask you if you had a good time, and it's the scene from I can't remember the actor's name, but the Green Goblin choking the guy out. I'm like, the hell did Jesus put me through? It's like, no, you signed for this. Here it is.
That's you right there. Who is that? That's your real name. It'd be a whole different language. A frequency we can't say and utter. Yeah.
Might find something that best remain hidden. That's always a possibility, Big Pine. It's always a possibility. Pandora's box, if you will, right? What happens if you open it up and then you can't close it? Oh no, all the sins are all over the world now.
I mean, that already happened, right? That's why everything's the way it is. Somebody opened up Pandora's box. Pandora opened up Pandora's box.
Yeah, it's her box to open. So
her box. She should have kept her legs closed. Bazing.
Oh, geez.
I know. That's not PG-13 no more.
Nope, not advertiser friendly.
Well, I think Chris already messed that up earlier. Well, hopefully, the algorithm didn't pick that little quick line up.
Well, this has been fun, my friend.
Yeah. We're just rambling to talk with y'all. We'll see y'all later tonight over on Troubling's channel. Thanks everybody on YouTube, Twitch, and Rockfin. I really always immensely appreciate the support and your continuous love and attention, and just being real and vibrating with the people who you feel is worth your time, and and going places that you feel wanted, and you're wanted here, that's for sure. So every time you come over here, just kick off your shoes, heat up your favorite sweet tea, and put on your headphones, and let's kick it. But later this weekend I will do a little live session on Rockfin only, probably like a Rockfin exclusive thing just for the members over there to get you your money's worth and have a good time, share some music, and do do some recommendations. We all have fun and hang out together. But besides that, y'all have a fantastic Friday evening. I'll catch you in the other chats, and I'll go ahead and play us out. So y'all have a great afternoon. Love y'all. Take care of you. I'll take care of myself for you, and you take care of yourself for me. Go something like that. I like it. It stays with me. I don't know. It's my thing for now. Peace, y'all. See y'all later.
Peace.